Hi, welcome to episode 7 of Candid Reviews. Now, I know many people, myself included, will have started off the new year with good intentions for creating new habits and achieving new goals. But maybe by now, the motivation for these habits and goals is rapidly disappearing. So I thought now would be a good time to do a review on a book that might just be as helpful for you as it was for me. Atomic Habits is a book written by James Clear. It provides a practical guide on how to create good habits and break bad ones and get 1% better every day. Bad habits repeat themselves, not because you don't want to change, but because you don't have the right system for change. This is one of the core philosophies of Atomic Habits. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. This book, Atomic Habits, promises to reshape the way you think about progress and success, and gives you the tools and strategies you need to transform your habits. The 1% rule. So, James refers to habits as the compound interest of self improvement, and this is because the same way that money multiplies through compound interest, the effects of your habits multiply as you repeat them over time. Now, this rule has actually been the most important for me because I, like many people, can have unrealistic expectations on what the success of each habit actually looks like. If I'm not seeing immediate progress, it can be easy to assume that no progress has actually been made at all, and it can then be difficult to actually keep going. Now, this rule helped me to adjust my expectations and accept that 1% progress is still progress overall. Getting 1% better can be as simple as reading one page of a book per day, or driving all the way to the gym and exercising for only 5 minutes. James refers to this as the art of showing up. So by practicing the basic decision to show up for these activities, you can actually train yourself to overcome your objections and actually start. You're less likely to quit on yourself when your decision to change is small and simple. James recommends something which he calls the 2-minute rule for habits. So this is whatever you're trying to build, scale it down to just 2 minutes or less. And once you've mastered this at 2 minutes, you can optimize and improve as needed. The 4 laws of behavior change to create good habits and break the bad ones. So most people will have bad habits that they need to change in order to form good ones. Now, understanding the psychology of the behavior driving these habits is foundational to making any change at all. A single habit is made up of a cue, a craving, a response, and a reward. These components are formed according to the 4 laws of behavior change, which are noted in the book as the following. The first law of behavior change is to make it obvious. Now, the habit needs to be effortless and require no active thinking. Now, this means making a new habit as simple and easy as possible. So, for example, if you want your new habit to be something like remembering to take your vitamins every day, then hiding them in a cupboard out of sight will only increase the effort required to form this habit. By leaving your vitamins in a place that you already visit, say like next to the kettle, this will act as a reminder, thus decreasing the overall effort required. The second law is to make it attractive. So if the habit is unattractive, we likely won't have the willpower to do it over and over again. Therefore, you should come up with some ways to make the habit attractive, even if it is something hard for you, like going to the gym or studying for long periods of time. Now, for me, I really enjoy listening to podcasts or audiobooks, so I set myself up to listen to these while I'm running or working out, which is less exciting for me. I actually listen to Atomic Habits as an audiobook while running. This way, I'm making the habit attractive by combining it with something that I already enjoy. Now, the third law is to make it easy. Now, the less friction there is between you and a habit, the greater the chances are that you will actually do it, and the less motivation you will need to muster. This applies to simple things like packing your gym bag the day before you want to go to the gym, or preparing a healthy meal to make sure that you don't order takeaways again. Preparation will set you up for success. Okay, now the fourth and final law is to make it immediately satisfying. Now, our brain rewards immediate returns, so it's good to come up with something simple that brings us joy right after we perform our habit. For me, it is something really lame. I enjoy ticking things off a list, so I get a deep satisfaction from crossing my daily habits off my habit tracker. This is enough for me to feel like I'm being rewarded. To form good habits, we need to make them a part of our identity. So James writes that the ultimate form of intrinsic motivation is when a habit becomes a part of your identity. It is one thing to say, I'm the type of person who wants this. It is something very different to say, I'm the type of person who is this. Our habits should be a part of our identity and the starting point of building it. Most of us get these wrong because we start with outcomes and work backwards towards our identity. But when a habit comes from who we are, it serves as the best form of intrinsic motivation. So as an example, the goal is not to read a book, the goal is to become a reader. The goal is not to run a marathon, the goal is to become a runner. The goal is not to learn an instrument, the goal is to become a musician. Most people don't even consider identity change when they set out to improve. They just think, I want to be skinny, which is an outcome, and if I stick to this diet, then I'll be skinny, which is a process. This also means that when the identity is considered, then it is much easier to accept the process and enjoy it. If you never shift the way you look at yourself, then your old identity can very easily sabotage your new plans for change. To conclude this review, this book really helped me to understand how habits are formed and what we can do to build long-lasting chains of cues, cravings, responses, and rewards to create systems that will help us achieve our goals. Now, this book also helped me to understand the difference between systems and goals and why the former is actually more important. By making small habits a part of our identity, we can, over time, get to our goals no matter how big or small they are. So as I mentioned at the start of this review, I have set habits and goals for this year, and this book really helped me to develop the systems and thinking in order to make these success and not lose motivation by January. If you're interested in reading this book to help you form effective habits, I have also included a link to a podcast by a neuroscientist named Andrew Huberman, who provides the scientifically proven best times of the day to implement a new habit, and this will add to the overall success of your habits. This has definitely helped me. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.